Blessings, divine radiance. How are you today? I had every intention to do Wednesday Live and Power Hour live today. But the one thing I have been a strong advocate for since you've known me is listening to your body. Many of you know I went into the ER on January 30th. I had surgery February 2nd. It was a major surgery and I'm still recovering. Many of you also know that yesterday was my birthday. And although it was an intimate day spent with family, it took a lot out of me energetically. And I was like, I'm going to take a nap and then I'm going to be ready to do Empower Hour. Well, let me tell you, I still wasn't ready. So I'm recording this video for you and I will post it at 5 p.m. and then it'll be in Power Hour, just not live. I miss you guys so much. I love our time together. And next month, it's me and you live. All right. But anyways, I'd like to first say thank you to all of you that have been sending prayers and healing energy. I'd also like to thank those of you that sent gifts. Some of you sent Cash App gifts for my birthday. Some of you had gifts delivered. And I just thank you so much for just thinking of me and choosing to celebrate my birthday with me. Thank you. So I do have a message for you. And at first I was going to go live and deliver this in the Activating You Soul Family Mentorship group, but I was led to share it here for everyone. You guys remember when I got into that car accident when I was rear-ended? That was about 3 years ago. And when I was in the accident, one of the things that I noticed after was my stomach was hurting. And so I went to the doctor and we ended up having my imaging done, right? And they noticed that my spleen was enlarged. And because I have a rare form of sickle cell, having an enlarged spleen is normal for me. But as I was sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in, I asked Spirit, was I going to have my spleen removed? And Spirit said yes. That was 3 years ago. And here we are 3 years later. And the information that Spirit gave me is finally taking form. I'd also like to share with you something that one of my beautiful sisters in light shared with me. In January, I had a gathering with the Divine Source Energy Healers, my sisters that are on the Ashworth Scott Life Sculpting team. They came and spent the weekend at my house. And, I'm a big spiritual nerd. So anytime I can gather with spirited people, I'm all about let's bust up the cards, let's tap in, and so we were doing that. And I delivered a message to her telling her that her brother was going to be fine. And she reached out and was so grateful and overjoyed because while I was in recovery, she had two brothers that were going through some medical scares. And she heard my voice delivering the message that her brother was going to be fine. And so at that time, I had no idea that I would be out of commission. I had no idea that the medical things were going to come up for her brothers, but Spirit did. So there's a couple of messages within this message. Number one, be obedient. When something is placed on your heart, even if you don't understand, even if you don't know why, even if it seems totally off, be obedient and share what you receive, because it's not for you to understand, right? It's not for you to understand. It's for you to deliver what you receive. But also the thing I'd like to share with you is that my phone rang, and so I'm making sure that we were still recording. What I'd like to share with you is this. Spirit will give you a message. And when Spirit gives you a message, it is not always It's not always going to be right then and there. It took 3 years for me to have the surgery the Spirit said I would have, right? 3 years. Sometimes Spirit is just letting you know, but see, time, we get so caught up on the timing of it all. When things don't go our way and in the timing that we feel is appropriate, we lose hope, we lose faith. And I'm telling you, don't do it, right? Don't do it. When Spirit tells you something, believe it, trust it. Don't go blocking your blessings or blocking the path, right? With doubt. Have faith and trust that once Spirit speaks, that is what it is. The only way it'll be different is if you shift it, right? The other thing I like to talk to you about is surrender. I've made this the word of the day for myself and the soul family a couple of weeks ago because, I was in the hospital just 2 days shy of 3 weeks. And this was probably one of the toughest things that I have experienced. The pain, just, oh, goodness, was out of this world. There were a few life-threatening things that occurred. And it was just, it was a lot. And when I was on my way home, I was so excited to come home. And then when I finally came home, I could feel depression taking over because I went from the hospital bed to my Tempur-Pedic bed, which I'm grateful for, by the way. Spirit told me to purchase this bed, and I was just obedient and got the dang on bed when I moved in September of last year. But I said, if I didn't have this adjustable bed, I don't know how I would have survived. I couldn't lay flat with this recovery process, so there it is again, Spirit guiding us. My bed was practically new. I bought it in 2019, nothing wrong with it. But Spirit said what Spirit said, and I was obedient. So Spirit is always speaking to us and guiding us. We just don't always listen because it doesn't always make sense, right? And sometimes what doesn't make sense, we reject. I'm here to tell you to stop doing that. Okay, so back to the surrender. I could feel the depression creeping on because y'all know, even though I'm a homebody, I like to be able to come and go as I please. And being unable to even wash my ass by myself was tough, right? It was tough. I didn't even realize I was resisting and that I wasn't in surrender until I chose to surrender. And when I chose to surrender, because I understand everything that happens in my life serves my highest good and everything is always working out in my favor, I realized that there's a reason why Spirit has sat me down. And instead of fighting it, why don't I just surrender into it? And so the healing process has been great. My mom has really showed up as a support system. My love has showed up as a support system. My children have shown up as a support system in the physical. And my soul family has shown up as a support system as well. And I'm just so grateful. And so now I'm giving my physical vessel the time that is required to heal. To heal. And soon this will just be a memory. It'll be a memory of another experience. There'll be more lessons that come from this that I'll be sharing with y'all, you know. But I like for you to comment what your word of the day is. Mine is surrender, right? That's what mine was. So what is yours, your word of the day? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. The other thing that's coming in is faith over fear. We talk about it so much, y'all. We do. We talk about it so much, but we don't always choose that. I know many of you are still rejecting guidance that you've been given by Spirit because your fear is stronger than your faith. And if someone asks you, do you have complete and total faith in your God? You will say yes. But when you're guided, you have every reason why you can't do what you've been guided to do. And I'll be the first person to tell you, it doesn't matter what this 3D reality is looking like. When Spirit is guiding you to do something, Spirit will guide you through that something. And what you receive as a result of your obedience, as a result of your faith, as a result of your action, is far greater than what you were holding on to out of fear. It's true. It's true. I'm so in awe of Spirit every day. I feel so incredibly blessed at how beautifully life is unfolding. Everything that I've spoken into existence, I've reached that zone, y'all. It is happening with the quickness. And it can happen for you too. I'm your sister in light, but I'm also here as a guide to guide you through your fear into total faith, to guide you through your pain into total healing, to guide you through your disconnect into being totally and completely connected to source, to guide you through self-hate into self-love, to guide you through lack into abundance. But it's up to you to take that step. It's up to you to say yes to the mentorship. It's up to you to say yes to the retreat. By the way, I am accepting applications for the mentorship, and we do create custom packages. So schedule your consultation. The link's in the description. And y'all, you know what? I got one more spot left for the April retreat. So if Spirit has guided you to join, now is your time to step out on faith and do that. And do that. If Spirit has been guiding you to step into your calling, now is the time for you to step out on faith and do that. And it doesn't matter how much time and energy and effort you put into whatever you've been putting your time, energy, and effort into. When you get that calling stirring up in your spirit and your soul is leading you to something else, it's time to step into that something else. Your blessings are waiting on the other side of this stagnant place that you found yourself in. Now, you may not be stagnant in all areas of your life, but if you're listening to this, you're stagnant somewhere. And Spirit would like you to know it's time to elevate. It's time to elevate. It's time to elevate. So I thank you for joining me. I thank you for bearing with me. I thank you for your love, your support, your prayers, your healing. And I love you truly and deeply. I'm so grateful for you. You are more powerful than you can even imagine. Your thoughts are the first point of creating the reality you deserve. Your beliefs, your words, your actions. It's all up to you. You are the begin all and the end all, the creator and the destroyer. So I'd like you to reflect on how you are blocking yourself from living the life you desire and deserve. And when you realize how you're blocking yourself, don't contemplate or reflect on it from a thought process. Reflect on it from a place of Spirit revealed to me, right? And when it's revealed to you, let me know in the comments. Let me know. All right? Let's see how I can serve you to assist you with getting past it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I leave you with peace, love, bliss, and abundance, and I'll talk to you soon.